everybody. Welcome to Power Rangers Playback.
Woo! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Happy.
Happy life.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm with you. We're together. It's so wonderful.
I was sitting here and we were talking with our moderator, the fantastic Alexis Cardoza. And I was like, let me go put some eyelashes on. It's like, okay.
We've had a busy week. We've been filming, we've been planning, and so it's been a little bit overwhelming and stressful today, but
yes,
we're here.
We're here.
Yeah.
So, Kat and I were talking, and we it was important to us to do a tribute to our brother for 30 years, Jason, as you guys all know. And, when we were talking about doing this tribute, we were like, well, who should we invite? And I mean, there's so many Rangers, so many people loved him. So many people had a relationship with him. But we needed to contain this with, just an hour long. So we just decided to focus on his family and then his recent, projects.
Mm-hmm.
So today who are we going to have on today?
We have his beautiful daughter, Jenna. She's going to be joining us just to share some stories and talk about some memories of her dad and talk about Legend of the White Dragon. We also have Aaron from Bat and the Sun, the director of Legend of the White Dragon, who was also a very dear friend of Jason's. He's going to be coming on and sharing the trailer and talking about the project and their dream. This was like a real years in the making, this project. And then we also have our other brother, Jason Font, and Serena Vincent, who played Jason's wife in Legend of the White Dragon. So they're going to be coming on and just sharing some memories also. We want this to be a healing and
fun,
safe and fun space. So please just be considerate of your questions. This is the first time Jenna's going to be speaking out publicly since her father passed. So we just want to be sensitive to that. And this is just going to be a beautiful hour to celebrate our friend. So
as we wait for Jenna to come on, I want to share just a moment. And some of you guys have probably heard this before. When one of the things that have always stuck out to me with Jason was there was a time when we were filming. We were doing the mystery episode, and I actually had just broke up with my boyfriend, so I was on set in just heartache. And Jason was like, "Nakia, are you okay?" And he could tell that I just was not into it. He literally stopped production because he had the power to do that. Not all of us did. We could be like, stop! And they'd be like, keep going. Just keep going. Just pretend like she didn't say nothing. But he had the power to do that. And so he literally was like, I remember the second AD was like, okay, come on, guys. We got to go. Literally. And he's like, hold on. Nakia needs a moment. Are you okay, Nakia? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And he was like, okay, let's go. But he really... There were moments where he just really showed how much he cared. And that is such a fond memory for me of Jason.
Yeah.
One of many. He was when Karen, Mikey, and I decided to start our convention, Ranger Stop and Pop, and we thought about the list of guests and who we wanted to headline. Jason was so willing to help us with our first show, which meant a lot because he has 1 million people that love him, and so for him to take that on, and he just came this last year as well. So we were very, very appreciative of that. Very.
Yeah, he was just someone that just, as all of you fans that met him know, he was just such a charismatic person, and when he walked in a room, he just sucked up all the energy. And I remember just being at conventions and you'd hear him coming for like a mile away of like, it was a whole thing. He'd jump on tables, he'd scream and rally the fans. And he was just so larger than life. And he really was like that from the moment I met him. And we just had we traveled a lot during Turbo and had a lot of funny memories. But one of the ones I love to share was we were filming the rapid scene in Turbo. And he was a bit of an adrenaline junkie. Well, a lot of an adrenaline junkie. He used to base jump and skydive. Jason was loved the thrill. And so he was watching the stunt guy jumping off the cliff, and he was watching them in the rapids, and he was like, I don't need a stunt man. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, go for it. I'm going to be in the jacuzzi. So I let my amazing stunt girl do the rapids because it was pretty intense, and she had to go down the rapids without any protection or anything. And Jason decided he was going to do his own rapid stunt. And it was such he got tousled and thrown. It was a disaster. He got out and he's like, why did I do that? That was really stupid. He lived, but he was like, he's just watching me, and I'm like all warm, and he was like, why did I do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Why did you? Yeah,
he was a daredevil.
Yeah, he was definitely a daredevil. And then we had another moment when I was in the car. We had a very low budget situation on Turbo.
This is Power Rangers, yes.
This is Power Rangers
the
on Turbo.
Movie.
So there was times where we had to share trailers or whatever. And Jason and I were filming in Tennessee, and they did not have trailers for us. And so he and I had to share a car for our dressing room. And so I would change, and then they would block out the car, and then he would change. And so I was taking a nap in between when they needed me, and I was laying there just with my eyes closed, and I open my eyes, and there's just this person staring in the window. Yeah, no.
They're like, I think that's her.
I think it's her.
I think it's her.
It's frightening. No security on set. So yeah, just a lot of funny memories that we shared. Yeah.
So a lot of fun. We have the fabulous Miss Jenna Frank.
Yes.
Jenna is the youngest child of Jason and Tammy, and she got the opportunity to have her first movie with her father, Legend of the White Dragon. So we are going to bring on this little beauty.
We've watched her grow up, literally.
Hi.
I thought you were in black and white for a second there. The color just kind of came very slowly.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, it's like super duper bright.
Yes. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes, you look just adorable.
Thank you. I just threw on the California shirt. I didn't really know what else to
wear.
Yes,
you're
perfect.
Good. You're good.
Perfect.
Those little dimples do it all the time. How are you today? How's everything?
I'm doing okay. Honestly, been a little bit nervous because this is my first time kind of just speaking up after my dad, kind of had a little breakdown, but I'm ready now. So it's just been a lot. As everybody can feel, it's just been a lot. We lost a legend, he was y'all's hero, but he was my hero too at home, off the camera and stuff. So it's just good to be able to give this tribute to him.
Yeah.
It's just weird to even say it, it's just crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, darling.
We forgot to let you guys all know. So any of your super chats, we might not get to all of your super chats because we have a lot to cover today. All of your super chat money that comes in, whether we get a chance to get to your super chat or not, it's all going to go to
AFSP.org, which is you can see it on the screen right now. It's a suicide prevention charity. They are wonderful and do a lot of support for mental health and a lot of resources. So all of the proceeds today will be going to support that in honor of Jason. And I know Jenna has some things to share about that later too. Yes. So there we go. That's out of the way.
Yes. All right. Let's get to some questions, Miss Jenna. So
yes.
Can you share a favorite or funny memory of you and your dad?
So it's funny because I was actually just talking about this today, and I had vividly remembered it. So I was looking at my pool and I was like, oh my gosh. So there was this memory, it was on Easter, right? And my dad had a couple MMA fights, so he was going up against this dude named Machine Gun. And I was young and whatever, and I was like, Dad, Machine Gun's gonna beat you up. I was just joking with him, right? He threw me in the pool. Like he threw me in the pool. All like I'm all dressed up for Easter, about to go to church, and I have my my hair, my nice dress on, and he threw me in the pool. I was just talking to my mom and my dad's friend about it today. It's crazy. Like we have so many memories, but that was like definitely one that stuck out to me because we were just so funny. Like, we just always joked. We always made pranks. He would get those little fart bombs and would drop them and just go by. Like he was so funny. He just lit up the room. That's kind of where I got it from. So that was just a funny memory. I was 5 years old and I remember vividly what I was wearing, where he threw me in. It was a little bit traumatizing, but it was funny.
When you came out of the water, what did you say? Like, Daddy?
I got mad and I walked off and I was crying. Yep.
Did he win the fight, Jenna? Did he win? Do you know?
Yeah, he actually did. He did. Yeah. So I was like
undefeated.
I love seeing those pictures of you and your dad when he was doing the MMA, and you were like, he would have Jenna in his arm, and he was like all tatted up with his muscles, looking all mean, but he had his little Jenna right under his arm. Yep, so cute, so cute. Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of memories, but that was definitely like my favorite. Like I remember that one for sure.
Oh my gosh,
it made a splash.
Oh
God.
Yeah, it really went corny there. Okay, second question I wanted to ask was, what did Power Ranger fans mean to your dad? Like, we know what we witnessed at conventions, but the inside scoop, what did they mean to him?
Literally everything. Like my dad found his purpose within his fans, like y'all have kept him alive so long. Y'all have saved him from many dark nights, and I've been there too, something that I've struggled with too. I'm a suicide survivor as well. It's just people wouldn't really guess that, I guess, because, all you see is, on camera and you just see nice things or whatever. But definitely meant everything to him, like the whole universe. He found his value and everything within you guys. He loved y'all seriously more than anything in the world. And, and it still lives on. His love and, passion for you guys still lives on no matter what.
Yeah.
And, like every time he was so excited, like about his fans. And I was excited too, because, I got to go with him on, most of them, well, not every single one of them, but most of them. And just to see, his just energy just being brought out to like the max. And just, like me and my dad, I grew up, if we see a homeless person, like you give whatever you have in your car. Like there was this one time we were in LA and there was this homeless person and my dad, bought him tacos and we saw that he didn't have any shoes on. We're like, look, there's a place over there, like let's go get some shoes for you. And he was like, no, like he thought, I don't know, I forget what happened, but my dad started crying and I started crying. And, we just always had a soft spot for just people. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that was something amazing with him, that he was able to put his own pain aside and just give so much. I mean, he gave his whole self, and so much to the point sometimes that if we were all wanting to have dinner and stuff, he was exhausted. He gave everything. He would sign for 8, 9, 10 hours straight.
No pee break, no nothing. I'm like, Dad, look, I'll bring you like a little granola bar or something. No, he didn't stop. And I've never seen someone like that. And that's why he has such a big fan base at the end of the day. It's because he healed through other people. And I'm the same way too. Is when I'm low, I'm going to give to somebody else because it really inside of my soul makes me feel better.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And it's not for like the camera. It's not for none of that. Like that's just generally how we are off the camera and off the people, even with his fans are for random people too.
Yeah.
Just the same way. And a lot of people aren't like that. They'll be a specific type of way on camera, but then a whole different, way off camera. But he just was the same. And, everybody knows that. He just, he cared for people, honestly, more than he cared for himself. And that was a big, thing for me too, is what I'm learning too, is you almost, like, I don't know, you find happiness in other people, but then you're left kind of, just got to kind of give a balance, But he was so 100% giving. He kind of forgot about himself at the end of the day.
So you guys are talking about his giving heart, and I, just because I saw it firsthand when he was at Ranger Stop and Pop in June. Kat was there too. His line, and I shared it with you because you didn't make it this year, you made it the first year. His line, he must have had 400 or 500 people in his line.
That's crazy.
He literally signed for 8 to 9 hours. And he said and then after that, he had a private signing. And the resilience in that, in saying, I don't care. I'm going to be here until the very last fan is there. We had people bringing him food, and he would just continued. And Kat and I will sign. We did a mall signing.
4 hours.
It was 4 hours. We're like, oh my gosh. I was like, triple this.
He was a rare breed. He was somebody you'll never come, across again.
Yeah.
And his spirit is just so strong that it just forever lives on. And he's been sending me and my mom signs and stuff, and like just random stuff. Like, even for instance, on my Bluetooth, we don't have a device named Ray, and my middle name is spelled R-A-E. We get it from my uncle, right? So just randomly my Bluetooth device was like R-A-E. Just randomly. We don't have a just little things like that. Birds, just things that, and just feeling my dad's energy too, and especially like with this too. That's why it was a lot of emotions, because happy but sad, but there's just, with grief, there's just, you feel everything, so that's why it was really important for me too to kind of get myself together to come on here and to raise awareness for mental health too, because this is something that almost every single person in this whole world, 8 billion people, will go through at least once in their life. So it's important to raise awareness to that, instead of raising awareness to other things that don't need to be raised awareness to.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, you should ask that question, because that's going along with what she's sharing right now.
Well, I want to ask 2 questions actually. How did you and this isn't on here, but you brought it up. You talked about dealing with your own mental health, Jenna, and you overcame that. Is that some advice that you can give people that might be dealing with their own mental health issues right now?
Sure.
What advice would you give?
Well, I can say it's something that doesn't end. You're never going to be fully healed from it. It's a ongoing journey. And, my dad had this clothing line called Jesus Didn't Tap. He was really big into faith, and I'm really big into my faith too. And that's the most important, is you finding faith in whatever you find faith through, But the biggest thing is being on top and not tapping out every day. That's the biggest thing. And it, becomes not easier, becomes more of a routine. It takes 30 days to create a routine. So, it kind of creates a routine. It's not that it gets easier or, that you heal completely from it, but you just kind of learn how to deal with it, and definitely talking to people who understand, and just reaching out is like the biggest thing too, is not isolating yourself, because I've been a victim to that. Whenever you're going through stuff, you isolate yourself, but then that's whenever, evil energies can come in and stuff. You have to be around people, and just, don't let the devil or negative energies assume you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I used that analogy in one of our conversations about the isolation. And I said, you always see sheep in a herd together. Exactly. It's when that one sheep goes out that the wolf comes and devours it. And that's exactly what we as human beings need. We need each other, even if it's just one person to reach out to and say, I'm having feelings today. It could just be help. I'm having feelings, whatever it is. Yeah. Put someone that you trust around you, reach out to them and let them know how you're feeling. It is so important. So important. And if you feel like you don't have anyone, there are suicide prevention, cattle, the one that we have up here.
Yep. There's suicide prevention numbers. We've posted those on our pages. There's always someone that can help you, talk you off the ledge. And it takes a lot of courage in those moments. I mean, people think suicide is a way out. It's not. It's someone that's broken and feels desperate. It takes a lot of courage to reach out to people and say, I'm hurting, I need you. So that's really good advice, Jenna.
I feel like it's more of an ego thing too. Like, as human beings, like, we want to feel like we can get through stuff on our own, and we don't, that's an ego thing. It really is. So just kind of letting your ego, like calm down, and just knowing that you need to ask for help sometimes. It's not bad, and the thing is you're not weak. You've been strong for so long, and that's the thing, is like, is just really just finding, just something that makes you happy too. That's why I bring in my faith too, because my faith is so strong, and without God, I wouldn't be here. And the predicament I'm in right now, I had to, bury my sister last October, and now my dad, and I've lost a lot of people in between that. So your faith is the biggest thing. When you feel like everything's falling apart, it's really falling together. It just doesn't make sense, but God knows. There's certain things that you just won't understand, like, God, why? But we have free will as humans, and we have to, like, reach out and to not be afraid of that. We all go through this. Seriously, every single person in this world goes through it. It's just some people don't like to talk about it because their ego gets in the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To take a spin on it, wait, I'm odd. Go on.
No, you're all right.
I'm even. You're odd. we wrote our list of questions, and I was like, do you want to be even or odd? She was like, even. So.
Okay, let's talk about Legend of the White Dragon. Yes. So this was your father's passion project. This is something he was really excited about and working on for years. And so much determination went into this project. I mean, he's just completely focused and driven on it. It was so exciting to see that. And he wanted to create a universe with this movie, like similar to Marvel or DC. What would you like to see happen with Legend of the White Dragon?
I want to see awareness for mental health, because this whole movie is just such a whole new universe. And whenever we get the chance to watch it, you'll be able to see that, my dad's somewhat story was in there. It's real and it's authentic, and it's, completely different than Power Rangers. It's, it's grounded, it's, real. And just to see that the kind of struggles that he played in this movie was kind of struggles that he had at home. So just seeing just the impact this can have on people, and now that he's gone too, and so realize that someone can act all jolly, and then behind the scenes, they're struggling. So I really just, the main thing is I want to see mental health being really being brought to the light from this, for sure. And just to see my dad was so talented. And, he can never really show that talent truly on Power Rangers. And this was just so authentic and raw and real that, everyone's going to be able to see his talent. And that's what I'm really excited for.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think that's what he had shared with me too. What he was so excited about was to actually be able to act and bear his soul into something, because Tommy was such a light character. So it was exciting for him to be able to show a different side of himself.
That's what I'm saying, and being organic too. That's the biggest thing, and not having on that mask, because my dad's had that mask on. I've had that mask on of, yeah, I'm okay. Because the way I was raised, he's a karate dude, he's really hardcore with the emotions too, so I've kind of been raised to kind of, I see him not showing his true emotions, so just having that mask off, is really what he did in this movie. And it's really touching. It's really, really touching, and it's so meaningful, beyond words. I'm just so excited to see, what the fans think of it, and just everybody. I'm just super excited. It's my first film, and I played his daughter, so it was so cool. It was really cool.
Well, tell us about that. Parlaying onto that, what was that like playing? What was your role like? How was it working with your dad for the first time?
It was a lot. It was good though. It was a lot because it was a lot of emotions, because we had had previous projects that were never just finished, and there was actually this one project we were working on, and I was 8 years old, and I had my hands tied like this, and I was getting kidnapped, and I'm like, "Daddy, help!" And I was 8 years old, so it's cool that we actually made and I just knew how passionate he's always been about films. He had this idea and this idea. To see it actually follow through, and to me to be his daughter was so big. And then Serena, I was actually supposed to work with her on Disney Channel, so for her to be able to be my mom now too, it was just so cool. Everything was just organic. There was already that connection. So, whenever it's okay, hit your mark, okay, action, there was already that organic feel there. So it was so many things completed, whenever we ended those scenes, just emotionally, and just I'm so happy for him, and I posted this note I wrote to him on my story of like, like I'm so proud of you and just this and that. And that was after we left LA. And that was our love language, 2 little notes. Like he would slide them under my door and I would slide them under his, that was just our thing. So, like it's a lot. And now that he's not here too, I feel like it's tough, it is. But it's also really amazing too that people can see that even your heroes struggle with stuff that you struggle with. Nobody's perfect. We're all human.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the biggest thing, I feel like.
So before we go to a couple of super chat questions, I just want to ask you, what do you want to do to help your father's legacy go on? And then it's a two-part question. What do you want to do to help your father's legacy go on? And then what are your dreams, little Miss Frank?
I want to keep on his energy, like even posting videos of, just his laughter and just keeping his energy light and, just keeping on his just memory with, just continuing just Legend of My Dragon. We don't know who, where it could end up and just things like that, and just keeping his energy light. I want to keep his page active still with, because, people pass away, I still want to keep his page active. I still want to post funny, videos and just everything like that. That's how I want to keep his name on. And also, I mentioned to you guys when I was like 15, I had this idea of doing this mental health business, and I wanted to create these like transformation journals, but not like a regular journal. There's gonna be one for like grief, one for like heartbreak, but it's like a detailed, journal, like of a healing journal, like something like that. But I also wanted to create a whole like universe of mental health since I was 15. So now that my dad's passed, I kind of want to make that even more of a mental health thing, and maybe have his like a little museum or something inside of the mental health to,
That's beautiful. I love how God uses pain to bring beauty.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. You can use your experiences to bring good into the world.
Yes, and help out other people.
And help others. Yeah.
Pain is a purpose. I have that in one of my songs. It's true.
Pain has a purpose. I love that.
True. But wait, sorry, what?
No, go on.
Okay, I was just gonna say my dreams. I want to be a music artist. I want to be able to help people. Well, I am a music artist, but I want to be a professional, up there music artist, because I want to be able to help people. And ever since I was 15, I started writing music. So it's been a couple of years, and I've always just been so genuine in my songs too. There's a lot of songs that, I have unreleased, like 30, and they're all talking about depression and, God, and just, they're all positive, so that's my biggest thing. And definitely being an actress too and a motivational speaker, but I definitely lean more on music because I feel like that's my way of expressing, because I'm very hardcore with my emotions, very like masculine, so I don't really talk too much about my feelings. And that's just something I'm kind of learning with. It's kind of just more, kind of listening to myself more. But music is definitely the biggest thing of how I communicate. Like I could freestyle how I'm feeling like way more than I can just talk, So that's like a gift for me, and it's just kind of like a channel, like thing that God just has put on my heart. Sometimes I won't even know what I'm writing about. It's just because God is using that, as me to, yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's therapeutic. Music is very therapeutic.
It is. It really, really is.
Yes. I'm waiting for you to write in that journal.
I know. Yeah. So she got me this amazing journal. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Literally, it has a little note. It's so cute that she wrote to me. And then it has Bible verses, but on every page, it says Jenna. Like, it's so amazing. I love that. That's the best gift, Auntie, for real. I love it. I'm going to write.
You are so welcome. But no, it's for you to write.
Yeah.
So that you can get all of those feelings out.
Exactly.
I know that we had some super chats come in. Alex, you want to ask Jenna a couple of those? There we go.
This is from Pierre Sales. Hello, Jenna. You have my condolences during this time. I'm sure that your father is so proud of you and what you have become.
Oh.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Pierre.
Thank you. Actually, I got my dad's name tatted. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's really pretty, honey. I love the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love it too. Yeah. So it's just, I want to get his portrait on me. So.
Ben Hamilton, welcome, Jenna. All my heart to you on behalf of your dad, the Messiah of Power Rangers. Another thing, When does Legend of the White Dragon jump off, and how do we see it? Well, Aaron will probably speak a little bit more about that when he comes on. So thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
This is from one of our channel members, Nate. He was actually part of Team JDF in New York. He actually told me that he'd taken you out. He's going to mention that now, but I just wanted to say I met you, Jenna, in 2015 at Big Apple Con. I have your autograph.
Oh.
And he met your dad in 2013. Jason had a profound effect on my life. He often asked my opinions of his work. I send prayers and strength to you.
Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, another channel member. Thank you, Stephen. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. There's so much love in this community. JDF, my hero when I was my hero when I was a kid. I got to meet him in 1997 when he did a karate seminar. The whole thing was so surreal. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jenna.
Thank you. That's so cool. 19.
This is from Scott Bicklicky in London. He's also one of our channel members. He says, "Hi, Jenna. I'd just like to say how sorry I am for your loss of a great legend. He was not just my childhood hero, but a good friend too. He'll be missed."
From Corey Banfield, a lot of our channel members here. Thank you, guys. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm sorry for your loss. Your dad was my childhood hero, and he inspired me to get into acting. And on my holidays, I went inside an acting agency.
Aww.
So awesome. Congratulations. That's good. Keep it up. Don't ever stop. Seriously.
Yeah. From David Matchin, one of our channel members also. "Hi, Jenna. First time I met your dad was via GalaxyCon Live. When I popped up on the screen, he greeted me with a big warm smile. I just thought I'd share that memory. Continued prayers and thoughts for you and your family."
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. He did have the biggest smile.
He did. His smile lit up the room.
Seriously.
Stephen McKennica. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. There's so much love in this community. JDF, my hero, was when I was a kid. I got to meet him in 1997. Oh, I think we read this one.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't?
Mm-mm.
I got to meet him in 1997 when he did a karate seminar. Yes, I did read this one. The whole thing was so surreal. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jenna.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, from Stephen McKennica.
Let's read. I'll read one from Kenny. He's actually one of our platinum members, and he asked us to read this for him. What was Jason's favorite ranger to play? That was it. What was his favorite ranger? He said he knows like that what the fans loved. The Green Ranger tends to be the most popular. But what was his favorite ranger to play?
Well, I think he liked all of them, but I know it was so special Zio because he did get to play with his brother, and that was like a big thing. The lost brother, like that was my favorite too. Like, of course, like the green, because that's like the original. But I think the most like, heartfelt Power Ranger he did was definitely, like where he played with Eric for sure.
Yeah,
that was by far his favorite, and mine too. I've never got to meet my uncle, so it was really cool to be able to still have that experience. Even if you haven't met him, you can watch him on TV.
Yeah.
They looked very similar.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
The long hair, yeah,
handsome men.
Yeah, very handsome.
Yes.
Allison had a question too. Allison, one of our platinum members as well, said, "What was he the biggest impact?" Oh, was that the? Kat was writing, and
that was actually, yeah, we can ask Jenna too, but that was for them. What was the biggest impact he had on your life?
Oh, it's just being my dad. Seriously, and it's crazy because Lily, which is actually one of my good friends, and she's been with me when I did, the song with Jed Youngin and just everything. She's been with me on almost everything that my dad has ever done for me. And she told me actually a couple of days ago, she was like, "I've never, ever seen a relationship how y'all did, like a father-daughter bond, like how you guys had, because we were best friends. Like, seriously, we would joke, we would laugh, we would cry, everything, we've had the same mental problems since I've been like a young kid. So, we kind of just coped through life together. And, he was my hero. Like, seriously, he helped me from nights that I didn't even want to be here. You know, we kind of just picked up each other. We were each other's rock, and he would always tell me that, you know, like that I was his rock, and that, you know, like I'm the reason why he lives and stuff like that. And, you know, he was the reason why I live too. And now it's kind of, it's a little bit difficult because, you know, I still have to, you know, kind of just keep, you know, life just going and stuff. And, you know, without him here, but I know he's forever going to be here because, you know, the love he had for me and the family and just everybody, like he'll never leave us, you know, but he was definitely like more than a hero. Like I can't even put words on it. Like that was, you know, my twin, literally my twin, you know, and everything, not even just everything. Seriously. Like we were just, and it's funny because in the note that I also posted on my Instagram, I was like, you know, like we bump heads a lot because we're so much alike, you know, like we would always be talking. And then, you know, like my dad talked a lot and I did too, man. So it's just like we're over here, like my mom's just like can't even talk. We're like a whole hour, just like boom, 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 30 minutes me, 30 minutes my dad. It's just, you know, we just like to talk to everybody's ear off. So, you know, just was very much alike for sure.
He would leave the longest voice text of my life. I'd be like, and I sometimes would listen and I'd be like, he would go in so many directions. I was like,
ADHD.
It'd be like 15 topics within that 1 minute.
That's how I am too.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
His brain never switched off. It was just always going with ideas. So he was just like constantly just like creating. Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. I could always follow him. I could always follow him. He could always follow me. But for other people, they're like, you know, huh.
Whoa! Look what we have there. Woo!
Hello.
Further ado, we have Mr. Aaron from Legend of the White Dragon.
Hello. I was watching you guys. And looking at
Sean Key. Can you say it? Because I always mess it up.
Yeah, it's pronounced Sean Key, like the name Sean and then Key.
Yeah, Sean Key. Okay, I did say it right. I'm proud of myself. Aaron Sean Key. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
So Aaron.
Yeah.
How did you and Jay meet?
We met through. It's a great story. I've told it a few times. Basically, we were doing our Superpower Beatdown series, and with a lot of different characters, and fans wanted to do the White Ranger, and we're like, let's do that. And then I knew people. I knew Jason and so forth, and I was like, we should just try to ask if you want to be in it, because why not? You know, we had a lot of other people in it, and you never know. And I sent him some of the stuff and he really, really liked it. And he was like, oh, we should like film something and talk about it. And I was like, that's cool. Let's make that happen. He's like, well, I live in Texas. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that complicates things. I live in Los Angeles. He's like, you should come down. I was like, okay, well, I don't like making things wait and see a good opportunity. So I was like, I'll fly down when you're free, like next week. So I flew down to down there and he picked me up at the airport. So the first time I ever met Jason was him picking me up at the airport, which is like such a strange thing, you know, like how to meet someone, but that's like how nice he was. And, you know, I was like at a hotel or whatever. And he's like, no, you just stay with me. So, and, you know, and Jenna remembers this. This is now like 10 years ago. But, and actually he picked me up with Jenna. And then we went grocery shopping. He's like, I go grocery shopping. I was like, okay. So it was like so weird. You know, we're just like picking out, like, is this a good cantaloupe or is that? I was like, this is a very surreal thing. You know? Awesome. So it was a very surreal experience, but he's super nice, super like welcome, like right away. And it's kind of, what's interesting about that is me and, you know, Jason were super, super close. And like from the moment that I met him and like that closeness, like was always that way. Like we went from like not knowing each other to all of a sudden being like close, immediate friends. And then we talked that whole weekend about different projects. And we even talked about what was an earlier project or an earlier version of Legend of the White Dragon then.
Wow.
Based on videos and our notes from it. So so a lot of that is actually in the film, but it's just like, it instantly started. And then from there on, I talked to Jason every week and we did 10 projects together. And, you know, so we'd always worked on a lot of stuff. But
were you a Power Rangers fan before you met him?
I growing up, I really like, cause I was kind of that time. I'm like, oh, maybe just a tad almost too old to miss it, but I like all that stuff. So like the first couple seasons I watched,
Okay.
That was kind of like I watched it, and then like the movie came out, and that was like, and then after that, I think that was it, and then I was on to other things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've always liked nerd culture and superhero stuff, so definitely was having had all the toys. I'm a big toy guy, so
Yes.
I have all that sort of stuff. And you know, Jason was also big into the karate and fitness, which is a lot of what I like as well. It's end up going into stunt work and stuff like that. So it kind of all fit though, you know. But Jason was the coolest when I was a kid. Like as a kid, I remember I was like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jason. They were like the coolest guys in the world, you know.
So it must have been surreal meeting him in person then, if you looked at him like that as a kid.
It was kind of surreal, you know. I don't really get starstruck. Like I know a lot of people get really like, you know, and he was just like really nice and really like he was very disarming. So it was like very cool. Like some people hold that ego, you know, and he didn't at all. I always say like I sometimes I met Paul McCartney and he was like the nicest person ever I've ever met. And I say like, you know, and he's like the most accomplished person.
Yeah.
So no ego. And I compare him to like Jason was the same way, very accomplished, but no ego. You know, because you know, you guys all know you meet people in the green room where you're like, what's up, man? Like there's no reason to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, and Jason was not like that. And he's not that way with his fans at all. Like I was always amazed at conventions, and you guys see it. I was like, how do you remember everyone's names? He's like, oh yeah, his mom went here and his dad did this. And I was like, what? How? Like, do you do that? So
Yeah.
he was great. He made it very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we want to see the trailer of
Yes.
Legend of the White Dragon. So,
Yes.
Mr. Alex, would you mind putting the trailer on and tossing us to the side and just tell us a little bit about that once we see it?
Yeah.
Sure. This is actually like a trailer we released a year ago, which we're actually going to release a new one soon. So this one's kind of like it's, I mean, it's the only one out there, so it's still obviously cool, but we have a new one coming out soon. So this is one that we cut as like a LA Comic Con exclusive that went on there and for the Kickstarter fans, and it really blew up. It was really nice. It's supposed to be kind of like something small that we put online, but this one, and it's been reposted like 3 or 4 times now, has like, I don't know, 3 million views or something like that. So
Wow, that's amazing.
so people they're pretty excited for it, which they should be. But it's all original. It's that's not Power Rangers. You know, it's kind of how the old
Okay.
is.
Go ahead, Alex.
The White Dragon, also known as Eric Reed, has been discovered alive. I believe it is my duty to bring this man to justice for what he's done to our city. I will not rest. This city will not rest until Eric Reed is held accountable.
Hey guys, hate to interrupt, but I'm kind of getting a weird feedback at.
Where is Eric Reed?
Well, let's see what we're working with.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're super excited. I have a funny story is that because Batch is in a King Batch, which is like he's like a huge big deal, and I don't know if Jason had really ever like, because he was like, who is this guy? And I was like, he's great. He's super talented, very popular. He's blowing up. And then Jenna was like, "Oh my God, King Batch!" And then that's what Jason. He's like, "Well, Jenna thinks he's good, so we should have him in the film." Anyways,
He's huge. He's huge. Hi, Serena.
Hi,
Serena.
He's trying to get in, but he can't seem to get in. That's why I'm looking down, texting
Jason.
Jason
Font.
Font.
I
Yeah.
know. Is he on Google Chrome?
On his phone.
He's
so
on
who
his
knows?
phone, yeah. So we'll see if we can get
We
him
just
in.
watched the trailer. It looks
I saw it too. I got to see it too. It's so good. Hi, Jenna. Hi, beautiful. My beautiful.
Looks so pretty. Look at
daughter.
you.
oh, she's always beauty.
Yes.
I know.
I-
That's my mama.
Yes,
Like mother, like daughter. I love you so much.
Yes,
I love
you
you guys. Hello,
do.
Aaron. Thank
you
you.
do look like mother and daughter. It's
Yes.
crazy.
No, kind of, right?
Yes, I can see it. So we were just watching the trailer, and Aaron said it was an LA exclusive, but there's a new trailer coming out. Aaron, what do you? I know you can't share too much, but what do you see happening with what's your dream or your vision for this project? What do you see happening moving down the road? Do you see sequels? Do you see what are you planning?
Possible sequels. We got to figure out how to handle that. Obviously, when me and Jason wrote it, it's actually like 6 stories, and this is like 1 of 6. This is like, I think this will be like the 4th story in it. So we could possibly do it as a comic book series, or and I was just talking with Jenna about this yesterday, but maybe doing something kind of cool, potential sequel stuff. So
Awesome.
but the film is we wanted to showcase all the things that Jason put so much work into it, as everyone knows, and his performance in it is really, really great. And I think people are going to see the film. He put a lot of himself into it. He put a lot of himself. Like, I feel like everyone that really, knew Jason, like everyone here and stuff, then when you watch it, you'd be like, wow, that was really Jason. That's kind of the beautiful thing about him. He liked to be very truthful in his art, so
Yeah.
I think people will really see that. So I hope people really appreciate this on like another level.
Do you have a fun?
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jenna.
Just say right whenever you said my dad's name, the lights went on outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird. Right when you said his name, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was like, that is
That's
Wow.
cool. He's here. He's here.
Yes.
Aaron, do you have a story of working with him? Anything you want to share with the fans, like a memory of working with Jason on this project?
Oh boy, there's so many, but he he's just such a hard worker. We have long days on set, and you have more energy than anyone and never sleep, and he could always match me and always keep it fun, and he knew everyone's name on set. He's not one of those people that would just hide away. He'd always talk with everyone. I'd always be like amazed at like even our PAs are like, "Oh, Jason was texting me this morning." I was like, "What?" But like just doing like fight scenes with him and stuff, and even like there's a scene where it's actually me and I'm doing this kind of sword kata, and he was there, and he was just overlooking and showing me how to do different sword training. I have a little bit of sword training, but obviously nothing like him. He's such a master at it. So it was like just like a really nice, and I had the whole thing filmed. It was just like a really nice moment that he was just showing all this stuff, and he was just like really hands-on and everything. And he had nothing to do with that scene. That was about me looking strong and cool, and he was just really attentive. And I've never taken fight training from him, but I could tell in that moment that he was a really, really good teacher. So he really put everything into it. It's hard to say like how involved he is, because some actors, they show up, they do the thing, and they leave. And
Yeah.
Jason's not that. Like, I mean, he texts me all the time. What about this? How are we going to do this? Remember the shot we shot 3 weeks ago? Do we need to do that? So he was just really hands-on. People will see how attentive he was, all the attention to detail in the film. So
That's beautiful.
Miss Serena, can you talk about a fond memory of being on set and your experience working with him on Legend of the White Dragon?
Yes. I just feel like, is it appropriate to say? I think it's important for the fans to know. This is why we didn't talk about this before, but I just feel like we should just be honest that originally Catherine was going to play this role, right?
Yes.
And so it's somewhere in there. It got switched around. I don't know. Maybe it's because Jenna and I she looks like she could be my daughter, but so I didn't necessarily know that at the time, but I know that now, and so just wanted to say that, and things like that happen a lot in this business, and things get changed. But anyway, when I came on, I was a fan of Aaron and Bat in the Sun before I didn't put the two together, right? That there was this movie that the movie that Jason was doing was this movie was Aaron Schoenke and Bat in the Sun, because my husband had done something with you in Bat in the Sun. He played Mr. Freeze.
Right.
And so like I was super excited to come aboard, and because I was a fan of Bat in the Sun, and I felt an instant connection with Jenna when I first met her, and I read the script and I fell in love with the role, and like I understood, and I was just excited to be, to create this family with him, this like piece of the script. And so to answer your question, my Jason story was, I was absolutely blown away, because you've known Jason for 30 years. I haven't known Jason for 30 years. I've known him for like, I don't know, 7 or something, at Comic-Cons and different things. And so I was blown away at his dedication and his passion to the character of Eric Reed, and to creating this family, and making our little, obviously, Jenna, this is your daddy, but like to making us really feel like a movie family. We had conversations for hours on the phone about these characters and like what their backstory would be and all of this stuff. And so as an actor, that's like my favorite part about acting, right? Is creating like the whole life of these characters. And so it's really fun to join with another actor who also works that way and thinks about all the details and all the little things. And it's not often that way. I'm shooting a movie yesterday, and some people just come in and like learn their lines on the day, right? And just deliver it. And that's how they work, and that's totally fine. But Jason like immersed himself in the role. So it was like really fun for me to, even though I just kept, I'm a tiny piece of this big world universe that you guys created, Aaron. It was really fun to like dive really, really deep into the backstory of like how these two were together, why they were together. And so I did all that. And I always do that for my movies, but no one ever really asks me about it. And Jason wanted to know, what I thought about their backstory and how they met and all this stuff. And so I thought I had such an amazing time acting with him and like sharing that part of the process with him that isn't normal. Like not many actors do that. Like I said, people just show up on the day they say their lines, and he was just so, and then to get to do this with Jenna and watch them on set together, like that was a gift to me. To watch you two do this together was such a gift to me, to be a piece of that. And you get to have this forever. Like you get to have, I'm so happy that this movie is made and that you did this, Aaron, because Jenna, you get to have that you two on film forever. Like film never dies.
Yeah,
it's there forever.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, so that was like, I have some really funny, silly text messages from him and like all the sweet stuff that everybody has. He just like loved everybody, right? But so fully. But that was a really unique, really cool experience working with him on the film.
Thank you, Serena.
I love
Thank
that.
you for sharing that. It's true. It's he was so excited to work with Jenna. I know that was to give her that opportunity, and he was so proud of you, Jenna. Like he told all of us, like you go wait until you see her. You wait until you see her in this. She's going to blow you all away. He was just really, really, really excited to give you that opportunity. So how fun to be able to have that forever.
Yes. And welcome, Fonty.
Fonty Pants.
That actually I'm sitting here looking at the conversation.
Oh,
So,
Ponty Pants. Can I call you that too? I really like it.
he's like,
I always kind of like big. I kind of like big head typically, but that
sorry,
works good.
Big head. Sorry. Fine. You over the last several years, you and Jay had become extremely close friends, more like brothers. And you know, it was lovely to always hear you guys' conversation when we would have little group chats and how you guys would, you know, crack jokes and things like that. What is a fond memory that you can share of your brother Jay? I know you have many.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what I can tell you that Jay and I used to do, that I don't know if anyone really knew. We would have fun taking pictures of ourselves naked, but it was just our backside. So what I would do is I would send him a picture of me in the you know, getting into the shower so you could only see my butt. But I would say, hey dude, look at these awesome shower curtains in this hotel. And of course I would be naked in the picture. And so he would always send these back to me where he'd say, hey, check out this really cool, you know, look at the woodwork in my hotel. And it would be a shot off the mirror. So he would be just his butt. And so, you know, Angela was like, you guys are so, you know, she didn't see the pictures, but I take a picture. I'm like, I'm sending this to Jay. She's like, I don't get why you guys send each other naked pictures. And I said, it's just something fun that we do. And we've been doing that for years. And it's time that everybody knew that that's the fun we had. It would be something random like that, but we would always do that in hotels.
That's cute.
I've seen these photos, sadly.
I was sadly included on one once, and they realized it was the wrong group chat.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, no,
Yeah.
I really don't need to see your butt font. Thank you.
And I think it started from that, and then that was kind of a funny thing where it was just general pictures that were meant to act like we didn't realize our butt was in the picture, but it was discussing a painting in a hotel or a shower curtain or a wood frame. And
So
anyway, that's something that I've always kept, you know, that we always did that, but that was something that we always shared. But no, we
Now
spoke
you're
a
gonna
lot.
have everybody trying to break into your
Yes.
photos. I need to see these photos.
You know, I get all those, you know, everything was deleted. Like I always just deleted all messages.
nothing ever disappears forever, Jason, when it's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, here tomorrow.
Right. Butt pictures, like I'm sure. Maybe not all of us, but not with Jason.
Well,
But
It
you
might
guys
have
did have a
disappeared from
bond
your
there.
phone, but that doesn't mean it disappeared from Jay's phone.
that's true.
Watch out.
That's true.
So I don't feel bad calling you Fonty Pants anymore. That is like not even
no
Fonty no pants.
Fonty no pants. I think there was one picture that I sent to you guys, and it did get on the chat with some of the girls, and it was, and I forget what happened, but I felt bad about that one, kind of. But
Kind of, but not.
yeah. Guys, I am sorry I'm late to this. I thought I figured it out, but please fill me in. What did I miss here? What were we talking about that I missed out on and being able to?
And do you want to share your experience when you got involved in Legend of the White Dragon?
Yeah, I mean, you know, with Jay, it was we talked so much about acting, and we were always breaking scenes down. I'm kind of a nerd like that with liking, you know, how to break scenes down and how to audition. So we always talked technique. And so then when this came, I know that Jay had been you know, big fans of Bat in the Sun for years, and Aaron and I met at a like a restaurant bar. I don't know, Aaron, like maybe 8 years ago, right? Sat down, had dinner.
Yeah, we did that because we were going to do that other project together with Jason. And then, I think about eight years ago. Yeah.
A long time ago. So he said, you got to check these Bat in the Sun guys out. It's a father-son team. And I thought I was going to see some kind of real, you know, amateur filmmaking, because it was just a two-person team, and what could they really do? and I saw the Darth Vader Batman one, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on with these guys? Like, this looks better than the actual Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
So I became a fan of it, and then when Jay finally partnered and did this, he was like, this is going to be that project where we go next level. We age this thing up, we mature the audience, we grow with our fans, and knowing Aaron and knowing Jay, I didn't even read the script. I just said, I trust you. This looks awesome, and
you never read
and
it.
The way we went in the adventure.
Yeah, he still hasn't read it. He still hasn't read it.
He just showed up.
Yeah.
I just showed up and
your lines on the.
I just read my lines like Serena said.
Camera set, action. Just kidding.
But I just trusted that it would be good and look good, and we had a blast filming on set, and it was so good to finally do this, and it was an amazing experience.
Oh, that's awesome.
I say what you're saying. A collector's item would be. I don't know. I don't have it. Jenna might know where it is, but both what Font and Serena were saying is that Jason's script, the actual script he had, every page was just covered in notes.
Wow.
And as a director, you want to see that. Like every page, I was like, oh my! And he's like, this line, and this is we should change this and this. Like every page was just like, because like he did the work. So I was like, whoever. I guess Jenna, you have that script. That's like a valuable thing to have, because it's like that was his script,
Yeah, seeing his process.
Yeah.
I actually went through a couple of my stuff, because I have a whole like my whole closet is full of like literally Power Ranger things. Like just I've had it since I was like little, like just stuff from my dad and stuff. And I was going through something in my room, and I found the script, and I also found the script that he made to me too. He said, "Dear Jenna," and he wrote a couple of notes in mine too. I just found that long ago, so I was like, that's really sweet.
That's
so
sweet.
original.
Well, you guys, we've had a ton of questions that have come in. And as we've told all of our guests that we're not going to be able to, all of the fans watching, we're not going to be able to get to all of those. But are you guys able to answer maybe 3 before you go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready to rapid fire them?
Hi, Jenna.
Yeah, rapid. All right.
Hey, Alex, pull up those questions. Okay, the first question is from Chris Nicholson. Wait, Jason Font said his bromance started from these pics. Where did it end? Well, it never ended.
Yeah.
Well, no, never ended.
Love is eternal.
Never ended. It went on for years. Yeah, went on for quite some time.
His wife had to accept that she had to share him.
Yes.
Yes, this was just the way it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is from Colin Kunkel. Society definitely needs to do more to address mental health issues and access to help. What will be everyone's last memory of JDF?
Well, I said the film deals a lot with mental health, and Jason was very much about that. It's kind of like psychologically remarkable. I love psychology, and Jason was very fascinating because he had a lot of problems, but he was very self-aware of them, which is very rare. And he put that all on the film. And when people watch the film, they're going to be shocked at how much it is about mental health. And I think that's something that Jason has wanted to do, his whole career, is to be truthful, because Power Rangers never really allowed him to be truthful to who he is. And that's why he wanted to do this. And we will also be talking about, I think there'll be like a thing in the film about mental health. And I think part of the proceeds will go to mental health as well.
Amen. Love that. How about 2 more?
One of my fondest memories of Jay and I is when we were filming in New Zealand on that last Ninja Steel Power Rangers reunion, and we were in a porta potty, and
I remember this story.
Yeah, and it was the worst, filthiest porta potty, and we were in 2 different stalls, but we were in there at the same time. My humor is a little bit crass. Angela's always like, my wife's always like, your stuff is all, can't you be clean? I go, no, I can't. But we were both in there, we were pooping, and it was so bad. And we were both gagging in the porta potties. And Jay's like, this feels like we're in prison right now. And So we were throwing up and laughing and throwing up, and we talked about that porta potty thing for, I mean, all the time. Like, do you remember that time we were kind of throwing up but laughing? And I always remember that scenario.
Do you know that when we were in London, we were doing a con in London, and it was the first time Jason had ever met my kids. And Callum, my son at the time, was 7 years old. He thought it was a great idea to show Callum a video of him throwing up. That was his first introduction to my son. I was like,
We were all like, okay.
Great.
Okay, Jay.
Oh, God. He had interesting humor.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes. Okay, another question, Alex.
That last question. We'll ask that last question.
Last question again. Can you put that up?
Look at all those questions on the right. This is really cool.
I'm looking forward as we speak. There's like 5,000 questions that came in. Sorry.
The man behind the curtain here.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna hire Alex. He's doing a good job.
I know.
Thank you, sir. I'm always for hire for a free burger and a Pepsi. I'm good to go.
That's so easy.
Look at all those questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Well, you're looking for that. Where is everyone right now? Because we're all over the country, right?
She's in Cali right now.
I'm visiting California, but I live in Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm currently in Manhattan Beach right now.
Okay. And then Fawn, or where are you at right now?
You're
upside down, that's for sure.
I'm upside down?
No.
Oh, on my screen, you're upside down. You've been upside down this whole time.
Oh, he's not on ours.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
everyone looks good.
He's in California. I'll answer for him.
I'm in Orange County. I'm in Newport right now.
Yeah. And Jenna?
I'm in Texas.
That's what technology does. Okay, so this is our
little Texas girl.
Our last super chat question, and then we're going to ask you just a fun question on your way out. Okay.
Yes.
Philip Brand, I messed up my first super chat, but wanted to say that Jason meant so much to me as a mentor and a dear friend. The money I have sent and am sending is the same amount of money he gave back to me when I last saw him. I'm paying it forward for him.
Aww.
He's giving $50. And again, every super chat that has come in and all of the money that you have given is all being donated to suicide prevention. So thank you.
AFSP.org. It's a suicide prevention charity that provides a lot of resources for people with mental health. It's an amazing charity. So check it out if you want to look into it further. But all the money is going to support that in Jason's honor.
So we have fun questions.
Yes.
We have one fun question.
Finish
I'm going to
on
switch it up. I'm not going to say the same for every single one. So
Ooh.
you choose one. So yeah.
The pressure. I've got to come up with something.
Yes, you've got to. Okay. So
I love you guys so much. I love you together. This is really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it.
Okay, we'll start with. I'll start with Jason. Jason, if you found a penguin in your freezer, what would you do?
So I'm still thrown back by this question.
Yay!
I'd have him make me a Klondike bar. I'd say, what would you do for a Klondike bar? So this is what you do for a Klondike bar.
Yes. What could you do with a Klondike bar?
And now I know what the penguin would do.
Take a next picture with it.
Yeah, stick it between your butt cheeks.
All right.
Okay, this one's for Jenna. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would you have? What would you choose?
Dang, I've thought about this. Honestly, probably to heal, like to master heal.
Ooh,
Good
I like that.
answer.
I like that. Yeah.
Everybody wants to fly, Jenna. That's original. I like that.
Yeah, you win.
So
You're healed.
we asked Erin Cahill that question like a year or so ago.
And this was the craziest answer we've ever heard. She wanted to cry tears and that could water the earth.
Oh, that's so cute.
She
Wow.
wanted to come out of her
Just
arms, and it was
tears.
the funniest, but it was very
She's
cute.
adorable. Yes.
That's adorable.
Miss Serena,
Yes.
if you could go back to your childhood self and give yourself advice, what would it be?
Oh, God.
Little Vegas Serena. What would she say to little Vegas Serena?
Honestly, this is not going to be like to be confident in myself and my body. I think that young women have like this, pressure we all have had, to look a certain way and be a certain way. And I spent too many years thinking I should be different and like trying to, be a size 0 or whatever it is, whatever the thing is. Now curves are in, but whatever. Right. Just to like love being in my own body and in my own skin. It took me like a minute to figure that out.
Yes. Bravo.
Yes.
I love that. Yes. All right, Mr. Shonky, you're the last one.
Whoop, whoop.
If you could identify as an animal, what animal would it be?
And why?
And why?
I don't know. I think tigers are cool, but they're really deadly though. I don't want to hurt anyone. I probably identify as some type of dog because I could just be really friendly and they're the most lovable animal. I'd want to be the most lovable animal, but still a good protector. So that's what I'd want to be.
Ooh, I like that.
I love that. Oh, guys, we lost Jason.
Yeah, he was sitting in his car. I think he was waiting for his daughter. So we just wanted to thank you so much for this. And Jenna, you did an amazing job. So proud of you. So proud of you.
You stayed on for the whole hour.
Yes.
I know. And actually before this, I called them and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay on like the whole hour, because I don't know how it was gonna emotionally, affect me. But I'm really glad I didn't. It was like a big step of courage for me too to come on here and talk about my dad, without breaking down. And it's a healing thing. It really is super duper healing. I know there's just a lot of negativity going around right now, so it's just good to have this positive moment where we can all connect together and just show like the love we had for my dad, and just love outrules anything at the end of the day,
Well said, little mama.
We love you so much.
Yes. And Serena, thank you so much for being on. And Aaron, thank you so much for sharing Legend of the White Dragon. We will have links to his page and the upcoming things for Legend of the White Dragon. I'm so excited.
You can follow their Instagram page, which is LOTWD. They post a lot on that as well. If you want to follow, you can probably get a lot of information there too, until he releases more. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the suspense, the action, the drama.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for doing this, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love.